What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Manny here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another home wall session. I would like to discuss a little bit of change in the home wall bouldering strategy. I've announced recently that I changed my hangboarding strategy, so I thought it would make sense to discuss this little change here in home wall bouldering approach as well. I would call it solidifying the repertoire, or just simply volume bouldering. This might be a little bit a more general term here and very fitting actually. The goal for this kind of sessions is to get as much grade done as possible, essentially. So you gotta realize that I now at this point have already 30 boulders defined on my home wall, actually more than that, but these 30 boulders I already climbed, I already know them, I have them digitalized in my digital guidebook. They are really easy to find and really easy to repeat and train on. And once you have a kind of a solid foundation like this of problems on your home wall, on your system wall, wherever you train, you can do something really cool, and that is essentially solidifying the repertoire, trying to use these boulders which you already did in the past to generate amazing training sessions. And how would I do that? I would simply set myself the goal and say, okay, let's get as much grade done as possible. You could either go for the strategy, okay, well then I'm gonna try only the problems that are easier for me, right, and get as much done as possible that way. Or you could say, well, I try only the hard stuff, I get fewer problems done, but it's gonna be more challenging single move wise, In this session here, I went rather for the easier grades approach because I wanted to get a lot of moves done. I wanted to do a lot of mileage, so to speak. And the cool thing is, since you already did all these boulders in the past, you already know the beta, right? You know how they could be done theoretically. So you will try to flash them, and this is what you see here every time when I put on the screen retro flash attempt. Of course I cannot officially flash them anymore because I already climbed all of these boulders, right? But I can retro flash them, so to speak. Repeat the flash from the past, essentially. That means a retro flash. And the cool thing is that you then again get amazingly hard moves in because you lack the muscle memory from the past when you actually projected the boulder, but you have the beta, right? And this kind of pushes you, this kind of motivates you to try a retro flash. And this way you get amazingly hard moves done, and a lot of them, because you do a lot of boulders, right? You try to get as many boulders done as possible. Obviously, the more flashes you accomplish, the more boulders you will get done. And this is then again very motivating to see how things develop, to see how things get better. This is essentially the strategy. In terms of resting, I would still say that this is very much different compared to, let's say, a power endurance session where you actually time your rests and you have them relatively short. Your rests are relatively short so that you get an amazingly hard pump in your forearms, and then you will also climb and train with this pump. And this is not something like this, although it looks like I'm doing here very few resting and only do attempts back to back. It was not actually the case. If you look at the timestamps that I have on my little list on the right here, you can see always the times when I started projecting a new boulder. And you see the boulder, the number, and the grade on the left side. So there you can see that's actually a couple of minutes apart all the time because I am actually resting in between those attempts. And if I do something, if I don't retro flash something and then I climb it in the next shot, it also doesn't mean that I did it second go or something. I just had a couple of attempts, maybe more than two, maybe two as well, and got it done later. But the essence really is that I got it done. This is something that I noted, and you can see here on the numbers on my list, every time I got a boulder done, I ticked it off. Some of them I flashed, a lot of them I really did not flash. And this way I feel you get such amazing sessions done, because you always, when you pick up a new boulder, you're gonna try a flash attempt, which is gonna be super intense, and then you still want to get it done as quickly as possible, right? You want to move on to the next problem so that you get as high of a grade count, so to speak, as possible. And if you repeat this approach for a couple of sessions, I already know this from back when I was training in the Kletterhalle Fürstenfeld, in climbing gym in Fürstenfeld on the Andromeda wall, where I had a very huge foundation of problems also available on the Andromeda wall. When I tried to solidify my repertoire, so to say, to be able to do all these problems just quicker, just more of them in one session. Maybe until I eventually could get them done all in one session. I mean, this never happened because this would be a crazy huge effort. But increasing your problem density, so to speak, per session that way, this just results in amazing sessions, man. Yeah, and I had really the feeling that doing this could kind of break me through this this kind of plateau that you achieve at some point if you always keep trying new, even harder, even crazier projects. Yeah, at some point you're running into a plateau with that and you lose a bit of motivation. Yeah, always trying something new. You always also have to invent something new. A lot of people like this a lot, inventing new stuff. I am personally the kind of guy, if I already have my solid foundation of problems, then I actually want to use them. I want to do something with them. And this is something that really works out. It worked out a lot for me in the past, as I said, already on the Andromeda wall. And this is why I do it as well here now on the home wall. So as you can see here, we're already at 13 o'clock and 12 minutes. That means I'm roughly 1.5 hours into my session. At this point, my gas in the tank is pretty much empty, actually. The performance dropping really rapidly at the moment. And yeah, that's why I go here to an easier problem, number 14, 7B. This again, I think I still could retroflash. Yeah, there we have it. But from there on, it's going downhill basically. I think I tried a couple more stuff, but then I decided, okay, you know what? Performance is going down definitely significantly. At this point, it's probably better to just simply quit the session to finish the session off. And this is pretty much what I did. I tried one more 7C here, as you can see, but failed kind of miserably on that. And yeah, I was quite satisfied with my boulder count. I think I could, how many could I get down? 12 or something, yeah. Even 1.8A there, 1.7C plus, and a couple of 7B, 7A plus stuff, yeah. Really good session, could feel in the fingertips a lot. So yeah, if you have experience with that, drop it down below. Would be glad to hear from that. Stay strong, keep crushing, drop a like. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.